Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to another piano lesson. I'm Jordan, and this lesson is on some easy left-hand patterns you can use to accompany yourself regardless of whatever chord progression you're using. Left-hand accompaniment is one of the most important yet challenging aspects of any new piano player. So these are just some easy ideas that you can apply to any style or genre or set of chords or keys that you're working with to get your left hand in on the action. So first of all, what we're going to look at is just really quickly the chord progression that we're going to be using. So this is a 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, and we're going to be looking at it in the key of C. So I'll just really quickly review what we're talking about here when we're talking about those numbers. So our 1 chord is naturally going to be C major. Our 5 chord is going to be a G major triad. Our 6 chord is going to be a minor chord. That's going to be A minor. So there's our A minor chord. And then our 4 chord is going to be F. So we have our 1, our 5, our 6, and our 4. And then back to the 1. And we're going to be inverting these chords a little bit just to make them a little bit smoother to play. So we're going to start off with our C triad in first inversion, and then we're going to do our G chord in, our C triad in root position, our G triad in first inversion, so B, D, G, our A minor in first inversion, so we're just going to move all this up 1 white key each, so C, E, A, and then we're going to play our F triad in second inversion. So all we got to do that is take our C note found in A minor and make it an F. So C becomes F. There's our F, and then back to C. And I'll show you this first demo for our very first left-hand accompaniment with a click, and then I'll explain what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes again. All right, so what I'm doing there is simply playing eighth notes in the right hand, so that's 8 chord repetitions per bar, and in the left hand, all I'm doing is playing quarter notes. So we have 4 quarter notes in the left hand, and primarily all I'm doing in the left hand is just moving from the root note to the 5th. In the second bar of the chord progression, I actually just play B and G. And then in the third, I play A and E, so A being the 1, E is the 5th interval of A. And then moving down to F, I play F and C. So here comes G, here comes A, here comes F, all right, so the next pattern that we're going to look at kind of uses some broken motion in the left hand. So we're actually going to play a half note followed by a 4-note ascending, almost like you're playing an arpeggio, but you're not going back down. So we're going to play just in our C bar here, the first bar of the progression, we're going to play C, and then C, E, G, C. And then we're going to move down to G, G, B, D, G, and then up to A, and then to F. So I'll show you to the click here, and then I'll explain what's going on with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. just the left hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So that gives a bit more variation as you move from chord to chord. Sometimes it's nice to do almost something a little bit melodic in the left hand as you're moving about in your songs. So the next thing that we're going to look at is actually continuing this arpeggio motion, and we're just going to keep on in one fluid pattern, moving from chord to chord, playing arpeggios. So I'll go back to our first chord in the progression, which is C again. So we're just going to play a... That's our first bar. So they're all eighth notes, and they're all in just using that C triad with the octave on top. So I'll just use the click track just to demonstrate the left hand, what's going to be happening here, but all I'm going to be doing is playing the basic triads of each chord with the octave on top, but in between each bar, or at the end of each bar rather, I'm going to play the fifth of that arpeggio. You'll see what I mean in a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's what's happening in the left hand. In the right hand, I'm just going to play half notes. So that's just going to be just for counting rhythm. Again, when you're practicing this stuff, don't really even worry about the right hand at first. Just practice a fluid motion in the left before you even think about hands together. So here's both hands together with the click, and you can practice along, but just think about the left hand in one fluid motion. Okay. All right, so that's just 3 simple patterns that anyone can start playing with, regardless of your skill level at the piano. As always, whenever you're practicing this stuff, just practice the left hand first. It'll really make things so much easier for you at the end. If you have any more things that you want to learn about piano, check us out at pianote.com. We got so much more to teach you. But for now, I'm just going to demonstrate how these patterns can be used in a more performance context. So, see you, everybody.